Huddle Live / Open Mic Friday, the merging of two worlds happening, boom, right now. So I am seeing Katie Haber. It's so good to see you on here. You're looking so gorgeous. Harry, good to see you here. Camera on. Seth and Sean live at her listing. We've got Sally tuned in. I saw a couple others with cameras off. So Dallas Preston Road, if you have had your head in the clouds, which none of the huddlers ever have their head in the clouds, they know all the things. But if you just somehow tuned out, maybe you were on vacation, Lake Cities has merged with us and become a business center of the Dallas Preston Road. And Midtown is going to be merging in with our huddles. So we are one big happy family. And so I'd love to see some love in the chat for all of our new agents that are going to be joining us for huddle. So this is what we do on Fridays, Dallas Preston Road. We call it Open Mic Friday. And Monday through Thursday, we have speakers talking about brilliant things and challenging us to all think bigger and live better and do more. And then on Fridays is our opportunity to come together and share some of our ahas from the week of huddles. So you can also share an aha, because obviously you guys haven't been on our huddles. So it'd be very shocking if you had ahas from our huddles. It would be amazing, powerful. But if you learned something this week, if you were challenged in a class or whatever, anything goes as far as that. But we kind of try to keep it on what we're learning, how we're growing, because sometimes your aha or what you take away is somebody else's biggest aha of the week. And also it holds us accountable to that growth and that learning. So just to remind everybody, on Monday, Tommy was our guest on Huddle, and he spoke on building momentum and the ways that we can build momentum, activating faith, supported by systems. I don't have those notes in front of me, but then on Tuesday, Brian Fitzpatrick came on, and I was not on that morning because I had another appointment, which is unusual for me. But I heard he nailed it and was just talked about his journey of change over the years and growing and adopting. And then I wasn't there because I was on Lake Cities. Maybe that's why. Anyway, I don't know. But then we had Destiny coming on, and she shared about finishing strong, and not just finishing strong at the end of the year, but whatever we start, the importance of finishing it. And then I spoke Lake Cities and Midtown. I spoke the same thing I spoke for y'all. So you were a part of that, about momentum and my terrible driving, but how it taught us life lessons on momentum and building and sustaining momentum. So that's all the reminders you get, guys. Who wants to kick us off this morning?
Okay, I do.
There's always a little bit of an awkward silence, but we're okay with that. So
no, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Oh, Janice, you're good. Okay.
Okay, so it was kind of eye-opening because last week Daniel Young talked about we don't lead our lives, we accept our lives and settle. So we need to change and lead our lives through circumstances. So I love that, because guess what happened again? This week, we heard from Brian Fitzpatrick about change. So I think it's kind of eye-opening that we're in for a lot of changes in this industry, more than I've even seen as long as I've been doing it. So I think being at a company that is ready for that change and helping you help guide you through the change, it's imperative. So that's where I was going all week long.
Love that, Janice. Thank you for sharing. Who else?
Well, that reminds me about what Destiny said about your comeback is important. So Janice, that just, what Brian, he did a comeback. I mean, and it's kind of like you have to remember that it's not over. I mean, it's your choice to decide whether it's over or not over, And then I also like where Tommy was talking about. He used the example of the spaceship taking off, and that it said 90% of the fuel is used just to get it into orbit, and that it's going to take 90% of your efforts to start momentum. And when you listen to Brian, and he talked about, he had to really take that 90% and more to get him, turned around and changed. And the other example that I love that Tommy talked about, that train, he said, if it's going 55 miles an hour, a train going 55 miles an hour could go through a 5-foot thing of concrete and keep on going and maintain its momentum. But if that same train can't even get through 1 inch of a wall if it didn't have any momentum. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Awesome, Jean. Thank you for sharing that. Who else?
I think I appreciate Brian's story. Again, he just shared from such authenticity, but also came from very humble beginnings. And I think sometimes we need to hear a story like that because we may be going also through a challenging season and realize that we've all started from there. We've all experienced those moments. And yet to see Brian thrive like that is so encouraging. And also it inspires me to say, okay, there's agents that are outside our offices that also need that kind of encouragement. And it's just as much as we're in the business to help families and our clients, we're also out there to help agents to change their lives. And Brian has always inspired me in that way, where it changed the legacy of his family because Becky's in real estate, Kennedy's in real estate, Justin and Andrea are in real estate. And I'm like, we can do that for other people. And to be able to say we get to be a part of that story of changing agents' lives is incredible.
Love that.
Dave, I want to jump in and echo that. It's been a really cool experience bringing my girls around the Fitzpatrick family this week, and they're just in awe with the level of professionalism that Kennedy and McKenna show up with. They know all about Justin, and they just admire them in such a way that I admire the Fitzpatrick family as well. It's really cool to see, as Brian has inspired his family and provided opportunities, so are they now inspiring other families and creating additional opportunities. It's really
I love it. We actually had 3 kids attend Club 20 yesterday, and the most well-behaved, just sitting there. Melissa texted me, is it okay if my daughter comes? And I know her daughter, and she's just a perfect angel child. And I think how cool though it is that when we are able to extend that to our kids and our families, it's important. Not that we need everybody to bring their kids all at once. That might not be the greatest idea. But at some point they need to see what you do, right? They need to understand what it is that you're pouring your heart and soul into. I think I remember going on business trips. My dad was a book salesman, and he would take me with him, on short little business trips and things like that. And that was some of my best memories of just living that out in front of our kids. And I think it connects them to what we do and why we do it. And, then if you're working late or you're taking a call, they also understand a little bit more, I think, what this is all about.
Hey, I wanted to say how much I appreciated the conversation around conversation starters that Daniel has led. Just using certain words to strategize with buyers and sellers to help them move closer towards their goal and objective. So thank you, Daniel. That's been a really good conversation.
I love that. I didn't know that you were already jumping onto those, Sean. That's amazing. So some of you may not know, we do conversation practice every day, pretty much after huddle. And actually next Monday, Daniel and I just chatted about this yesterday. We're going to actually, because what we typically do is we turn on the music and there's a transition between huddle and conversation practice. And so if you're new to huddle, you may not stay on or really know what's happening. It's an easy time to log off. So we're going to actually just continue it. And if you need to be done at 8:45, that is a-okay. Daniel will cry about it and have his feelings hurt. But he's going to write the names of those who log off. We know that you don't care about your conversations. But other than that, there's no guilt or shame. I want huddle to be a short, quick 15 minutes that you can always just count on it to be short and sweet. And we're going to not do the music afterwards, and we're going to transition right into conversation practice so that when new people are popping on, they have the opportunity to stay on. And I think we maybe lose a little bit of momentum by actually coming to a stop with huddle. So we're going to try that. So just know that that's going to happen on Monday. I don't want to confuse anybody. It's going to be a big change for those of you who've been huddle for 4 years and we didn't do it that way. So it's going to be massive change.
Hey, Teresa, I love that you circle back to the momentum piece. That's awesome. And I'd like to share with all of you some momentum that we've gained with these Friday morning lives. We've got a chance each and every Friday to spotlight a listing of yours. Starting next week, I'm going to have a submission form. You can suggest or offer up your listing for a Friday morning opportunity like this. We meet, and Sean's going to tell us just in a minute a little bit about this home that you should come and see. You get a sneak preview here, and then we do.
Hey, Seth, you're having a medical episode, or
you're encouraged to take photo and films around these listings.
Say, Seth, we're losing.
Is that
you.
any better?
I don't know.
Is it gone?
I think so. Try now.
How about, is that any better?
Yeah,
That's
it's better now.
These radiant barriers, incredibly energy efficient homes, but they interfere with the Wi-Fi signal. Anyhow, you'll have a chance to submit your listings for Huddle Live. We'd love to give you a spotlight. I tour them each and every Friday and take a video, encourage other agents to take photos and video, post out on socials. Let's create a lot of energy around your listings. This is a great value offering to your sellers. And just kind of a unique thing to spotlight your services and or your showcase listings. So Sean Perkins is with me today. We're at 1206 Cedar Branch in Wiley. This is in Bosman Farms. Would you tell us briefly about this home?
Yeah, Bozeman Farms is a master plan community in Wiley. And this property is a fabulous 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 3 living area, 2 dining area property. And what's really distinctive about it is that the square footage is masterfully appropriated. Every occupant has their own private area of the home. It also has a massive kitchen and a huge master bedroom. So yeah, bring your clients, and I appreciate you considering it as you're working with your Wiley buyers.
Awesome.
The owner is asking $500 and sellers offering $10K towards buy down the buyer's interest rate or towards their closing cost. So.
Fantastic. Thank you, Sean. Teresa, you.
Okay, number one, Sean, I could listen to you talk all day. Can you become a book narrator or something like that? You have such a
broadcaster
voice. Don't y'all agree? Literally, I could just listen
So
to you
good.
talk. I don't know if you sing too, but you should just keep talking. Also, great way to model a great presentation of how to present a home. So that's what's going to be happening. And certainly you guys can obviously continue to tune in to Huddle via Zoom, and you can also meet out at the property and tour it live. So all good things happening. It's 8:44, which means it's time to wrap this piece up. Daniel, y'all going to practice some conversations this morning? Okay, well, let's know. We'll just swing it on over to Daniel. Quick on announcements. Next Wednesday is committee day. So Lake City's, just so you know, we do all of our committees on one day. None of you are yet signed up for one of our committees unless you maybe did so during orientation. So you just need to show up and we're going to get you plugged in. Just show up Wednesday at 11. Don't even worry about it. Just show up Wednesday at 11 and we'll tell you what to do and where to be. And then I think I know we have other announcements. Oh, Quantum Leap flash sale today. They're on sale for today only for $69. So I know. So for those of you who have ignored me in the 5 times I've made an announcement, it paid to your advantage. But if you continue to ignore me, it's going to cost you $30 more. So how's that? All right, guys, go have a great weekend. I hope you stay on to practice some conversations. And it's a great day to go take a listing. Daniel, it's all you.